just a few moments. Let's go straight over to Rob Boyd.
All right, thank you, James. I'll tell you what, we'll fill in a little time till Chuck gets all pretty, as you say it. Hey, this is my friend Justin Cohen. How are you doing, man?
How's it going, Rob?
Very, very well. And you know what you're doing here just is a good reminder to tell people there are a number of different media opportunities to take advantage of. Of course, not just during Cisco Live. This is as you well know, Cisco itself, as well as of course, Cisco Live is just a cornucopia, can I say that, of talent and of content, things and stories worth sharing, and you have been doing your part to help get that information out. You're hosting a podcast, it looks like here. Can you tell me what you've been doing?
Yeah, the Cisco Champions radio program, we've been recording it here in the podcast domain. It's a great space that's been provided by Cisco Live this year. We recorded 8 different episodes, and we talked to all the big names at Cisco Live about what's new and what's great. And behind me right now, we actually have the Tech Field Day podcast, and they're recording right now, and they're talking to Denise Fishburne, Fish, for those that know her, about what she's working on. So it's been a great resource for us to create amazing content and talk to not just delegates, but people from Cisco.
That's awesome. So tell me a little bit while we're looking in there. First of all, I assume you probably know what they're talking about, and what other kind of stories have we heard this week?
Yeah, that podcast is going to come out very shortly. They're talking to Denise Fishburne and how she's changing to a security-based focus. But we've been talking about SDA, we talked about Cat 9K, we're talking to Peter Jones, the guys who developed the chips. So people want to really nerd out and learn about Cisco technology and what goes on under the covers. We've been getting up close and personal with those people.
Well, tell me what it is about the audio medium, perhaps, that attracts you to helping get these kind of stories out. Do you have any frustration with, hey, when we're doing just an audio podcast, obviously the distribution mechanism makes things certainly easier. I think you can reach a broader audience a lot of times. Your back-end production might be a little bit simpler, and maybe you can get a little bit more personal with how you're able to interact with your audience. Are you exploring anything along that, or do you have any opinions?
Yeah, so people commute in their car, you know, they're on the train, they're on a plane, they don't always get access to that video, so people like to collect that, and they listen to it on their way to work, or they listen to it on their break. So podcasting and audio only really does have a great platform, and we get a great response to these podcasts that we publish, you know, on iTunes, on the Cisco website, and these guys on techfieldday.com. So
yeah, no, I sign up for that feed myself, and I'm just curious, let's jump back a little bit into you personally. Tell me about your background, what you've been doing, and how you got into it, because I think one thing that happens a lot, people watching this here are always looking to what to do next and kind of modeling about, well, let me take a look at other people's pathways, and obviously you do a lot of that as a Cisco champion, but just curious, what's your personal story?
So I work for a partner in Canada called Longview Systems, and they're very supportive of me in social media, and they realize it gives me a connection to these people here at Cisco. So by connecting with the big guys at Cisco and talking about all the new technology, I get to be a step ahead. I learn about things at the bleeding edge and at the leading edge of technology. So for us, it's a great way to learn, and Cisco gives us great access to these resources.
So how did you get into doing what you're doing now? Do you have a specific specialty with Longview?
I'm a bit of a generalist, so I'm an architect right now, so I work on everything from data center to networking, but I worked on all types of technology. I started off in telecom, but a generalist is really kind of where I work right now.
Yeah. Did there, as you worked into this, have you been doing it for long with Longview? How did you start this as a career? What led you to technology, but perhaps even before telecom?
Wow, I started in TDM like way back in the day, and then worked my way through various different parts of telecom and data networking until I became a generalist and working with my own team up in Canada. So it's been a great ride, and Cisco's great at giving us all those resources to learn about everything we need to learn.
So have you gotten any kind of a chance to get out and do something besides the podcast? You know what, they're waiting for us to, sorry, I'm hearing something. All right, I tell you what, they say they're ready over in the studio, so Justin,
great.
And thank you so much for helping us out.
Okay, thanks
Very
a lot.
proud of what you're doing and help spread the word, man.
Have a good day.
Thank you, take care. That's Justin in the podcast studio. Be sure and sign up for the Cisco Champions podcast, and let's go back over to the studio for our next exciting installment.
Rob, thank you so much. Great interview there. Before we speak with Chuck, let's go to a quick video about the network intuitive. Let's roll that VT.
I think what makes us human is a kind of innate cosmic ambition, this desire to go beyond. We're creating multiple exabytes of data every day. It is the ability to make decisions and contextualize our world based on this data that propels our species forward.
Technology is fundamental in today's world. Sometimes we take it for granted, but it's what empowers us to make better, faster, smarter decisions. And all of this is only made possible by the network. How do we know this? It's because we built the internet, and now we're building it for the next 10, 20, 30 years. By creating a network that better eliminates the complexities and brings us greater opportunities. This is the new network we are building. It's a network that is built on a set of powerful human ideas. Everything should start with the right intention. What is it that you want to achieve? Intent allows us to translate business goals into action at scale by automating how we do things in minutes rather than weeks. This new network requires more context than ever before, more analytics and intelligence to turn raw data into insights. Knowledge about the world around us is extremely important. By identifying threats and opportunities and learning from each one, we can adapt quickly to achieve what we want. We can become intuitive.
We assess situations and make decisions based on context. We are distributed intelligence. That is what makes us human, and that is what makes technology fundamentally a part of our humanity.
We are defining an entirely new era of networking, making the impossible possible and the unsolvable solvable. A new network that will take your business to places you haven't even imagined yet.
We are the captains of Spaceship Earth. And where we go from here is up to us.